Welcome back to the Weekly Mash. Today, we're blasting off into a fractured galaxy full of secrets, suspense, and seriously epic teen heroes. Our guest is none other than Jessahme Wren, author of Terra Nova, which is the sequel to Terra Firma. Jessahme, we're so excited to have you here with us. Space helmets optional, but enthusiasm mandatory. Can you please introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your series, and then we'll jump into some questions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ashley and Miranda, for having me.
course.
I'm so excited. Yes, Terra Nova is the second part of the Terra series. There are 4 books so far, but you can read it as a standalone. You do not have to read Terra Firma first. It does pick up where my protagonist, Sev, is 16 and she was 12 in the first book, but you just kind of go right back into the action and you don't miss a beat. So it is a coming of age story, and it's a science fiction story, but it's science fiction light. If you don't like science fiction, but you love character driven drama and action, you can definitely get into this series. So it follows Sev. She's 12 years old in Terra Firma. She's 16 in Terra Nova, and it's all about found family, redemption. It is a coming of age set against a science fiction backdrop, but that science fiction is really secondary to the story.
Man, where was Terra Nova when we spun our wheel? We do this thing like every 2 to 3 weeks where we spin a wheel, and that's like the genre that we have to read our book for. And a couple weeks ago we spun sci-fi, and we're like, we don't really know any sci-fi, but both asked the book we were reading. So this one would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been a good pick.
I wish it had been on the wheel. Yeah.
I know.
Next time.
We would have known about you sooner. Man.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, you can still read it, but, it doesn't have to be on the wheel. Yeah.
Definitely. We don't need a wheel to make an excuse to read it.
That's it.
We'll just read it. Okay, let's start with Sev. She's back, and the things are even more intense in Terra Nova. Without giving any huge spoilers, what can fans expect from this next chapter in her journey?
Well, really, Sev has to grow up very quickly, and she has to make some really devastating and powerful decisions to save not just herself, but her family. And, for people who read Terra Firma, we know that Sev came from like a very fractured background, and her found family means a great deal to her. If you haven't read Terra Firma, you kind of get the gist that she is a very family-oriented girl. So she has to grow up very quickly. She makes some very mature decisions. There's a lot of action in the middle of the book, some excitement, some suspense, and she proves herself very capable of taking care of not only herself, but her family.
I like it. I always say that.
Trying to join
I get
us, and
super
I'm like,
excited.
guys. Yeah, that sounds incredible. I am loving the storyline that you have going on.
Wow.
I feel like I would have devoured this when I was a teenager for sure. This sounds so good. I'm like, how can I get this in my hands, and then maybe I could share it with other people? I'm a middle school teacher too, so I'm like, I want to read this.
Yeah. Well, look, you definitely need to, because it is a young adult book. But it's and the Terra series is a young adult series, but it's enjoyable for people of all ages, really.
Yeah.
So there's those themes of identity and belonging that are common in young adult literature, but there's also like more adult themes where Sev has to kind of come into her own. That's also enjoyable for just the average reader.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I know, this is like right up. This would be perfect. Miranda, get in contact. I can't talk with the ELA teacher and see if you can
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, here, show this to the students.
Look, if it gets in a classroom, that would make my life.
Yeah, that would
and I would even go so far as like, if a class were reading it, I would provide books for the class.
Wow.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You would just have to let me know.
Well,
yeah, because
teachers, so
I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher also, and I taught ELA
really?
for 12 years. Yeah, and I know how important it is, to have books and funding and things. Like sometimes you can't afford books for your class and things and that. So I would definitely gift a set of classroom books.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's so thoughtful of you. That's very cool. I'm gonna think on it.
So
think on it.
We love that your series blends sci-fi adventure with the emotional depth. How do you balance the high stakes space drama with Sev's personal growth that you were talking about and then the found family dynamic?
It just really came organically. Her really focusing on my characters because I am a very character driven, character focused author. And I just like characterization and personal growth within a character to me is always primary to whatever else is going on in the story. And
Mhm.
I found that if I focus on that, then the plot and all the action and everything kind of comes organically. So I just make that a priority. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you did great with it. So
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm already like, so the thing I love most, I think, about YA is, yes, it's like focused towards YA, but the adults get just as much joy as, the young adults.
Yeah.
Right,
Read a
right,
lot of
right.
YA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
agree.
sometimes, like, the romance and the dark romance and the fantasy are so, like,
Yeah.
smut driven that sometimes you're just like, well,
Yeah.
I want to read a good story that isn't so focused
Right.
on the smut.
Right. Yeah, you
And
want the plot and the
yeah.
character
Mhm.
lines to be more emphasized, whereas
Well,
sometimes in romance you don't get that.
that's true, and I was very, very hyper aware of that because I wanted something. Because I do have a background in romance, limited experience, but when I came out with a romance book a couple years ago, I noticed how limited my audience was.
Mhm,
Mhm.
exactly.
And I was like, "You know what? I wanna write books where everybody can enjoy them."
Yeah.
And so that really kind of played into where the Terra series came about, 'cause I love science fiction, I love young adult, and I'm like, "This is something that anybody could enjoy and take something out of." Getting back to, like, the romance aspect or whatever, we meet a character in Terra Nova, a secondary character who becomes very important to the
Mhm.
future of the series. So I'm not
Mhm.
gonna spoil anything,
Yeah.
but he's very important. He's very important, and I selfishly love him. Like, I love this character. And so it's like I kinda created him in my own little mental laboratory,
I
and
love it.
he's just like I love him. So I hope readers fall in love with him and really get excited to see more of him down the road.
Very important to the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wink.
Yes. Love
Um,
that.
there's a mysterious illness shaking up the galaxy. Can you talk a little bit about how that plot point changed Sev and maybe changed you as a writer?
Yes, that was very tricky because Phoenix is Sev's adopted father and part of her found family bubble, a very important part. And he means so much to her. And so that's established in Terra Firma. But if you haven't read Terra Firma, that's established early on in Terra Nova. You don't have to have read it.
Yeah.
But I knew I wanted to do something to threaten that relationship, but not from an emotional standpoint,
Mhm.
like where someone gets angry at somebody. Yeah, I didn't want to, because that seemed too, tacky. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, let's make like a real physical threat and something that will tie them to their past. And I can't really say any more about it because that'll spoil it. But
Yeah.
this illness does tie into their past in an unexpected way.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it was interesting to balance because at the same time I wanted something to threaten them, I also wanted to focus on Phoenix and his backstory. And so I do that, but I do it in an unexpected way. So although Phoenix is incapacitated for most of this book, he has a very active narrative role, and that's all I'll say. So we do learn a great deal about Phoenix.
You're like,
Right? Got that
Right?
next
Spilling
step.
it. I'm trying.
Yeah. So, world building in a fractured galaxy sounds massive. How do you keep all the
yeah.
planets, cultures, and futuristic tech organized while still making it feel natural for readers?
Well, I write down everything and I keep it's a kind of a virtual notebook. I can't read my own writing, so I keep everything in Word. So I have character sheets for all the characters and their motivations and their directions and the different worlds. I have all those worlds kind of ironed out and what they look like and the environments and, even down to like, is it a breathable atmosphere? Is it, just things of that nature.
Mhm.
And because it does get tricky when you are juggling all these characters and their motivations and their backgrounds, and you're wondering, well, what did I say about his father? And if you don't have it written down, you get in trouble
Yep.
pretty quickly. But I had an editorial review for Terra Nova that said that the worlds felt lived in, and that was
Oh,
a really high compliment for me.
well, yeah.
That's amazing.
Because that's what I want. I want the worlds to feel very lived in. I want it to feel natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't want to I don't go overboard with describing things, but I want it to feel lush and very visceral. And so I hope I've done that.
Well, it sounds like
Man,
based on your feedback that you have. So I'm
yeah.
interested to see myself how I can immerse myself in the world that you built. That's so cool.
Reason 8,722,003 why I would make a terrible author. I would be one of those authors that when you get like the editor notes back and they're like, did you know that you changed your MMC's name 3 times in that book? That would be me. Yep, that'd be me.
Well, it
We have a running
happens. It
tally
happens.
we have the running tally on how many reasons Ashley should not become an author.
Oh, no.
I'm a great reader.
Gosh, you're funny.
Well, you're serving the community, so you're doing the same work that a writer's doing. Yeah.
Oh, we
I
appreciate
like this
Absolutely.
gig and writing to me. I'll
Oh,
leave the
yeah.
writing to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
I get to talk about books all day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your writing and inspiration. Dev is a resilient, complex character. Did she evolve differently than you initially had planned as when you wrote Terra Nova?
Not really. She was pretty, I had a pretty targeted direction for her from the very beginning. And she kind of unspooled in that way, in a very natural way. And of course, there are little people that she meets and, side characters and things of that nature that evolved kind of naturally. But I'm a plotter. So I had everything, in its little chapter headings and in outline form from the very beginning. I don't know how pantsers do it, but I would never try because I'm just not that extemporaneous. I can't handle it. But so she kind of unveiled her behaviors and motivations in a very natural way.
I feel like people that are pantsers have to stay with the pantsing, and the people that are plotters have
Yes.
to stay with the plotting, because if you try to
You
just
can't.
wing it and you're not used
No.
to it, it's just going to be like,
You can't dabble in one or the
No.
other. You have to stick. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
you write a lot of sharp suspense. What's your process for keeping readers on the edge of their seats without letting it overwhelm the emotional storytelling?
I think a little goes a long way. And so I use those moments kind of sparingly. I don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to be too obvious. But when I do have a little cliffhanger or a mic drop moment, I like to call them, I do use them sparingly, but I do realize how effective they can be.
I like how you called it a mic drop moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I call it a book drop moment because normally I'm throwing my book against the wall.
A pin drop moment.
Yep. Kindle drop, throwing it. I haven't broken one yet. Knock on wood.
Yeah, don't jinx.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I know. No, I just read a book the other day and there was 15% left. No, 15 minutes left. And I'm like, she better not do this to me. And I put my Kindle down and I just sat there and I was like preparing myself. Like, she better not do this to me. Thankfully,
Sometimes you have to prepare yourself. Yeah.
especially me. If I am that like affected,
yeah,
at 15 minutes left in a book, that's like saying something.
Yeah.
Normally, after I read the book, like it's whoop out of my head. I can still tell you about that book. That's telling me something.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is,
terrible.
it stuck with you. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is good.
I sat down to record a review the other day, and I just finished the book like the night before, and I'm like, what was it about? I loved the book. Couldn't tell you.
I've done that before.
Good and more good. That's it.
Just go buy it, guys. What? Like, it's all you need to know.
Just pretend you don't want to ruin it for people.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it a surprise.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'm a good reader at this point anymore.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, okay. So found family is such a reoccurring theme in YA. Is that something you drew from personally, or did it come from the story itself?
It came from the story itself. Having such a strong relationship with my own conventional family, I can understand how I can understand the power of collecting people as you go through life and forming those strong bonds with each other, and how important that is. And to me, I never wanted Seb to be a victim of her own circumstances. She's not a victim. She had a rough start, but she's become empowered by what she's been through. And so that kind of makes her this stronger person and this, really incredible person to sort of model your behavior after, because she's an inspiration to me, and she's not even real, but she was never a victim, and I never wanted to write her that way. So her found family is very much a part of her like skeletal strength, and it allows her to do the things that she does and be as effective at protecting and loving the people that she does protect and love.
That you're making it so that her like trauma doesn't like define who she is. Like she's building herself off of it and making herself stronger from it.
Yes,
Definitely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because everybody, this may sound bad, everybody can play the victim card, but not everybody can make themselves stronger by what they've been through.
Right. And she learned like from a very young age that that these rough spots were only stepping stones to a brighter future.
Love it.
Me too.
Love it.
Sounds so good. Okay, we're gonna do instead of lightning round, we're gonna call it a sci-fi snap. So we're gonna do some fun questions. So just whatever comes to mind. Spaceship or teleportation device?
Love a spaceship. There's something so classic about traveling the stars.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite planet you've created in this series?
Debani. I love Debani. Debani's like my dream home. It's futuristic and developed, but it's also serene and beachy and just paradise. And I love it. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
And
I need to go.
It's no surprise that it's like the planet Sev, deems as her home, her adopted homes. Like I'm completely transferring my desires onto her.
Live vicariously through them.
Exactly.
One way spaceship pass to that,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sev's top survival skill in one word.
She's a quick thinker.
Oh,
Yeah. She's a very quick thinker. She thinks on her feet. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
yes, you got her. You got to.
Mm-hmm.
One word to describe the emotional tone of Terra Nova.
Oh, my goodness, the emotional tone of Terra Nova. I want to say sentimental.
Ooh.
Sentimental. There's a very sentimental veil over the entire book, and it touches with Phoenix, and of course his partner Perla, and especially with Sev and her journey to really save her family. It's very sentimental.
I say I like it a lot.
I know.
I get invested. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
All right. Last, what did we call it? Sci-Fi Snap question. Coffee or alien energy drink while writing?
I love an energy drink, but the alien part might scare me, so I'm going to stick with coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
I would agree. Like, what's in this thing?
Right. I don't even know what's in an Alani, so,
Yeah. So that's just another question. If you could live in any part of Sev's galaxy for 1 week, danger aside, where would it be and why?
Not to be repetitive, but I got to go back to Debani.
I was wondering if that was going to be the answer. Yeah.
No.
The beach, the water, the temperate climate, it just seems like heaven to me.
Yeah, it
Let's go.
does.
I'll meet
It
you
really
there.
does. Yeah.
Me too.
And lastly, what's next for you? Can we expect more adventures for Sev or maybe a completely new story? What do you have coming in the future?
Well, I can tell you now that part 3, it will be dropping sometime next year, early next year. Terra Lux is the third
Ooh, I
part.
like-
Yes. And a lot changes. It's a little bit darker. It's a little bit of a darker book, but it's the same gang and it's just new dramas and new action.
Love it.
The invested man.
I
So
know.
excited.
It sounds so good.
Jessahme, thank you so much for sharing your time and a peek into the scenes of Terra Nova. Everybody, you guys go grab your copy. The ebook comes out on the 8th, you said?
22nd.
Where am I coming up with dates? What am I
They're
doing?
seeing this episode on the 8th. That's why.
Sorry, I'm
That's
plugging
what
in.
it is. Oh, you're good. No. So the ebook comes out the 22nd.
Yes.
Yes. And the physical
I
book
didn't-
is already out. So
Yeah. At least I didn't say the title of your book wrong this I think I
I
did
know.
yesterday.
She did that the other day. She like
you said
completely-
everything perfectly.
Get your copy, buckle up, and dive into the fractured galaxy of Sev's story. It's a ride you won't want to miss. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.